Hi everybody, back live again here at Mount Hebron, and I wanted to show you around Mount Hebron Cemetery. This is the place where Salem, our church, began, and just wanted to show you if you've never been back here before, because it is down an abandoned road. I mean, it's really hard to get to. But I also wanted just to show you, just in case if there were some people who have not seen it before. So let's take a virtual tour, shall we? So this is the gate whenever you come to Mount Hebron. And can I get, no I can't. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I want to get you all sick. So here's the gate, and as you can see, it says up front here, the United Methodists. This is a shrine in the United Methodist Church. That's what we have. That means this was started here. So, hey, everybody who jumped on. And so we have the gate here, and if I'll have my friend open it up, and you can see that along the side here, we have, you know, the fence and everything like that. But as we open the gate, we walk in, and they've done some mowing. This is really hard to keep up to date. There's a lot of work that gets to be done here. So as we enter into the cemetery, you see over here the fence and all of this. There are markers underneath those weeds, and trees are growing, and we have some friends there, some congregation members. All of these markers can be found on our website. All the people who are laid to rest here. In particular, you see the balloons there, that's the Keedings. I'll share with that in just a moment. But here is the big marker. This is the commemorative marker that was placed here. And if you read it, it says who was serving at the time of things. And on this side, this is the one that I want to show. The first United Brethren Church, called the Keeding Meeting House. It was built in 1780, but it began gathering in 1774. And the first pastor was George Adam Keeding. And he was ordained by Bishop Philip Otterbein. Now those names are important because they began the Brethren Church. The Brethren Church, basically. And this monument is here to commemorate that. And it just shows all of the different bishops that were in at different years when this was held. So I'm going to show you that. And then we will walk down here. We'll go say hello to the Keedings. So this land is upkept by the United Methodist Church. And we are the keepers right now at Salem. But the Baltimore-Washington Conference, they own this property as well as all of our church properties, and they're the ones that help us upkeep it. So each Pentecost, we have and had a tradition of coming out and putting balloons on the Keedings, because Reverend Keeding was the first pastor of Mount Hebron Brethren Church, which eventually became Salem Methodist Church, which changed in 1968 to Salem United Methodist Church. And here you can read his marker. You can see somebody came here with a power washer, and we do not want people to do that because this is a sacred ground. But this is his information of when he died and when he was born. And you can see that it is also he was 71 years, 4 months, and 22 days when he passed. He was the first to pass, and Mrs. Keeding, his wife, is right here. And her stone is blank, and we don't know why it's blank. They may have been waiting for the stone people to come. We don't know what the circumstances were, but we do have her history, and it's great. Oh, look. There's a little butterfly over here. I don't know if you can see it. How you doing, buddy? Oh, squirrel. Okay. But since it is the church birthday, we have happy birthday. Just to say happy birthday to them. Here's some friends, former congregation members, farmers, business people, travelers. These are the most legible stones that we have down here towards the corner of the property. And you'll see that these are the Snively family. Excuse me, the Snively family. Many Sniveleys are in this area. They're still here today. And they are put to rest here. The beautiful stonework on some of these. With the crosshairs, Rebecca. And then the stonework that is on the fence goes all along the property. And over the hill, in the background, there is a stream that goes by. It's beautiful, and it does flood. But here are some other stone markers. See these little tiny ones? There's many out here that have initials, and we have who those people are on our website if you'd like to see. But also there's, in this brush, that's why it's so important we have professionals come out and upkeep this, because these stones are historic. We don't know where some stones are, and we've had several stones that have been broken. Some people come out here and they hang out and they think they can fix it. And friends, if you are not a preservationist, it can ruin some of this history that's out here. Let me show you the other side of Mount Hebron. It's such a beautiful day. Hope you don't mind. I hope you're not getting seasick. For example, these stones right here, we picked those up and they were knocked over. Somebody came back here and it was knocked over. I don't know if they hit them with the truck or hit them with the tractor. We don't know. But that's Susan. Oh, wow. How you doing, honey? And there's a marker that has no name on it. So we have other markers right over here. We have all of the markers that are by the trees here. And if you walk back here, for many of you who've been listened to our conversation at church, we have been working with the Baltimore Washington Conference in getting these trees removed, because many of them have died or were struck by lightning. And we got a huge honking tree in the middle of a cemetery. And praise the Lord, there's not any grave markers past that point. The tree was taken down by professionals, and they are removing this wood, and it's being actually used for other ministry. So I think Camp Manadokin is going to be using some of the wood. And here's some other markers. All of this back here, under all of these blackberry bushes, are markers. People of the church, members of our congregation, members of our community who are back here. Here's Catherine, wife of Y. Diener. And she died in 1898, I believe that says. Her stone is still legible. We have a few others back here. And for those of you who are in the Keedysville area and you have family members that you believe are buried back here, I would love to know. Please send me a message. I'd love to know who your family was and hear their story. Looks like there's a name here, Leah, who is here. I can't see the last name. But these all have stories. And you can see the wall back there. You can see my husband, Jeff. Say hi, Jeff. He can't even hear me. So we have the wall here, and that's the corner right over yonder, the corner of the property. Now, this is just the cemetery. So the story goes, and forgive me if I get this wrong and if you hear it, and this is what I was told. The story goes that our church was at the corner of this cemetery. The first one. It was a wood structure, and that wood structure was basically torn down and a new structure was built. And we're going to walk over to where the foundation of that new structure was put. And that was in the 1800s, I believe they did that. This was a very busy road, Mount Hebron Road. It still exists today. It's still on the county records. However, it's an abandoned road. There's two entrances. There's one off of Dog Street, and there's one near Keedysville, on the other end of Keedysville. And you'd have to go through private property to get to that entrance. The Burtner family are down there, and they have a beautiful farm down there. And the Fluke farm is further down this road. This is the main entrance that we usually use. So if we travel up, here's the entrance again. We're traveling up Mount Hebron Road, traveling into Keedysville, coming from, Roarsville, or coming from, I don't know, other places. You would see the cemetery off to the side. But you would also come up and you would see right up here is the foundation of where the second church was built. Clayton, the church over here on the corner, that was 1800s?
Amen. It was on the dashboard.
1847 to 1870, relatively short period of time. I
18.
think it was 47. It was
47.
And then 1870 they moved to downtown.
Yeah. So this congregation, well, basically what had happened was all of the businesses were in town. Everybody was going in the middle of town. It was the electricity came into town. I mean, all the stuff that you would find would be in town, and not everybody came out here to the farmlands. This was considered farmland. See the foundation? You can kind of see it underneath the wooded area. See that? I don't dare climb this. There is stone there, and I don't want to fall and twist my ankle. So I thank you for your concern. But this, so what the congregation did was they decided and they voted to build the new congregation in the center of town. So what they did was they took the corner of their building that was here, and they took that, and it now sits at the corner of our existing church. It's Salem United Methodist Church, and it says Mount Hebron EUB Church, because they were Evangelical United Brethren. And again, it was a German congregation. The denomination came from Germany, or came over, and they adopted Methodist practices in about the late centuries. It started really widespread. So here's the foundation of the church. Isn't that cool? So cool! I'm sorry, it's a bunch of rocks. It's a beautiful day. I know, you're probably like, Jones, really? But the stories, the history that is here, all of this here, just amazing. I mean, look at the work. All that noise you hear is my husband and everybody cleaning up after. See here, I'll say, hi everybody. There's some Salem members. And some of the woodwork that is being done. So that is a little bit of our story. And like I said, if you'd like to know more, you can see our webpage. Our webpage has many pictures of a lot of the pastors that have served here, as well as many of the family members who are buried in the cemetery. I encourage you that if you would like to, I know some people will see all this and they'll say, oh, there's so much work that needs to be done. Yes, there is a lot of work that needs to be done. And the church is aware of it. And the United Methodist Church, the Baltimore-Washington Conference, they are working with people to help preserve this. But it takes time, it takes money, and it takes a lot of elbow grease. We have spent a lot of time out here weed whacking to help clear out the area, because you have to be careful. You can't just bring a mower back here and it's not that easy. You have all these stones that are souls that have been laid to rest. This is a sacred space, and we must keep it sacred. And the only way we can keep it sacred is to keep it safe and to have the professionals come out and handle it. We have people who are treasuring the history of our church, and Clayton, who is serving as our person to give the history, he lives in the Matthew Keating house, which is on the corner of Dog Street. And they have redone the house, and he has all kinds of stories, and he loves to share them. So if you would like to contact him, you can find his information here on our Facebook page, as well as on our website too. So yeah, I hope you are having a fantastic day, that you were able to celebrate Pentecost in a way that is meaningful for you. And I hope that one day you'll be able to come out here and check out this space for yourself. It is a gift, and it is a beauty to be out here in this land. We don't encourage a lot of people to come out here because the road is delicate. There's a bridge down the road it's got some reinforcements down there, but heavy equipment can't come back here. You just feel a sense of history when you come back here, and a sense of awe. That's why I always enjoy it. And it reminds me of, why we keep telling the story and preserving the story. It's important. But anyway, I'm so glad you can join me this morning. And I'll give you one last look here of Mount Hebron. Our cemetery, our story, our people, where we began. From the United Methodist Church. Not the whole United Methodist Church, but just one. One little seed planted a congregation 246 years ago. And that congregation is still thriving to this day. And I am blessed to be able to serve it. May the peace of our Lord be with you and comfort you as you travel on to your days. God bless.